What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a SIEGEBOW guide. Another artifact. Let's go. Basically, the first thing, Druid Cowl. Druid Cowl is really important as a team player, in my opinion. As well, Purge Helmet could work. Both of them are in the same tree, so if you level up one, you can level up both of those things. So, for example, let's see. Circle of Inspiration is basically a mana circle that you throw, and everyone standing in it can get mana, of course your teammates. So that's why you want to use the Druid Cowl. In my opinion, the best thing, of course, it's a cloth helmet, so provides that slight a bit more damage and that aggression. Of course, go with aggression, that increase your damage by 3.5%. As well, like I said, a bit more expensive is the Purge helmet that you can use as well. The second option, or the second thing, is the robes. Basically, there are two options. Like I said, either way, Mage Robe, and with Mage Robe, go with the Frost Shield. That increases your armor and magic resistance by 80% for 8 seconds. And enemy attacks are slowed by 20% for 5 seconds, and 10% of incoming damage is reflected back to its source. So basically, in my opinion, it's really good. I more like Cleric Robe, that's why I have two cloths. So basically, why would you want to use Mage Robe? Because when we look at the stats, it has 5% more damage and just attacks in general. So you do more damage with the Mage Robe, but you have a bit slight, not as powerful defensive. So it just depends on you. Or you go with Cleric Robe, that you get a everlasting spirit. Basically you pop it and all the damage that they are doing is not only reduced, but it is basically you don't get anything. All the damage, they don't damage you for 1.5 seconds. As well, while they're not doing anything to you, you are doing 30% more damage. And the same thing, we go with aggression. Both those are cloths, so you can just experiment for yourself and see. In my opinion, Cleric Robe, I really love it, but for the highest damage, the Mage Robe. Then for shoes, you have two options. Either way, Assassin shoes that are still good, and people are saying that soon there will be a dodge buff, so basically to 15 or 20 seconds, I think 20 seconds the cooldown will be, but till then, in my opinion, all the casters, SIEGEBOW is a caster, should use the Royal shoes. That is my favorite option, the jump. Of course, it isn't the cheapest thing, especially that everyone wants it, but I would go with Assassin shoes. But at least they're in the same tree, so you can experience as well for yourself. And at least for ZVZs, go with the run, because this weapon is more ZVZ based, but as well it works for GVGs. We go with the second Q. I just haven't leveled up, so you cannot see it, but basically it's an explosive bolt that you can shoot in a 3-meter ranges dealing. So basically it's really powerful poke ability that you can just poke someone in GVGs especially. Then we go with the sudden shot. It's basically like a pierce that reduces the target damage and magic resistance for 4 seconds. Or, well, the second ability for the W is as well a noise eraser. So basically it's like silence someone for quite some time. In my opinion, both of them are good, but I would go with sudden shot if you don't have a curse or someone that basically reduces the armor and magic resistance for your enemies. And then we go with vicious barrage. So basically it's like a sustained barrage of bolts. So if you have seen one of the mobs in the castles and stuff doing a AoE damage, that is the SIEGEBOW, what it does, and I'll show you as well. And of course against players, it additionally adds 2% of damage and maximum health. So basically that's it. And for the passive, we go either way with forceful bolts. So every 3 normal attacks, your attack will knock enemy if you haven't loaded up anything else. Or if you go with aggressive caster, so all your cast buff is increased by 40%. As well, Furious, that every 5 activated spells, your damage gets increased by 10%. It's still really powerful and really good. So this is that, and I'll show you in action. As well, for consumables, we go with poison potion, so basically poison someone, in my opinion the favorite thing. For ZVZs, we go with sticky. Then for food, we go with pork omelet, basically to reduce all our abilities so they are lower cooldown. As well, I have seen a lot of people using stews for the 15% increased damage. It's still really good in my opinion. So basically the Q is normal, it locks, but you would want to use the second Q that doesn't lock, so basically it's like an ability that you can just shoot somewhere in 3-meter radius, dealing good poke damage in my opinion. Then there's W that you as well locked someone, and you only can lock one target, that's the bad thing, but you can burst someone down really quickly. Then the ability is basically this huge AoE that everyone who is standing it is basically taking huge amount of damage and everything else. Then of course the ability defensive for our chestplate is a frost shield, so basically looks like this. Enemies who are hitting you are slowed, as well your magic resistance is increased by 80. Then of course the D is the mana. Everyone of your teammates who is standing here is receiving 16 mana per 5 or 6 seconds. And then the dodge roll or royal shoes, both of them are optional, both of them are good. In my opinion, the best is royal shoes. So that was that. Appreciate everyone for watching, hope you enjoy. In my opinion, this build as well is really good for ZVZs. Of course, you would not want to use Druid Cal. You would want to more use, in my opinion, one of the leather cows, for example Mercenary Hood for cleanse in the backline for ZVZs, and in my opinion this is really good ZVZ based weapon with this ability doing really huge amount of damage and AoE, but as well it's in my opinion decent for GVGs. So that's that. Thanks for watching, click like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.